Hey everybody, Henry Fernandez here, and welcome to a brand new year. It is 2022, and I know I haven't been doing a podcast in a long time. I know it's been quite a while now, but I'm just glad to be able to come back to share with you on this platform some subjects that are relatable to our everyday life. And today, I am quite sure that you are going to be blessed. I want to talk to you about something that's important, winning. Everybody wants to win. So I want to talk to you about you can win in overtime. Those of you who follow me on social media, you probably know where I'm going with this. So I think, like I said, so many of us, the desire is to win. We want to win in life, and win we should. When God created you, He created you with the intention that you become more than a conqueror, more than an average person, more than just getting by. He wants you to win. And you have to admit that life is like a game. Any sports you can take, life is like sports, whether it's chess you're playing on that board, the whole goal is to maneuver yourself from the bottom to the top. Please hear me. That is the ultimate goal. But you're going to come against a lot of resistance. You're going to come against a lot of things that's trying to overthrow you, to lessen your presence on the board. In life, there's so many things that are going to come at you. And the goal is to lessen your presence, to lessen your influence, to lessen who you are. And your job is to keep pushing, keep fighting, coming up with new strategies to overcome the schemes of the devil. Life is like sports. It is like the game of football. The whole or sole purpose of somebody having that ball in their hand or hands is to get to the end zone. It's to get past the opponent. It is to get past a team that's working against you, that's trying to prevent you from getting a touchdown. So your job is you've got to learn to push through. You've got to learn to depend on your support system, right? To block any resistance that's coming towards you. That's the person you're dating. That's your spouse. That's your children. That's your relatives. That's the friends, family members, co-workers. You are hoping that you're on the same team with people, right? You're hoping that these people will work along with you, that the person you're dating, your spouse, that when they see you trying to climb the ladder of success, when they see you trying to push forward and to win in life, you want them to support you. You want them to stand with you. You want them to block any resistance, anything that's coming against you. You want them to shut down every backstabbing forces, right? You want them to be there for you because you're on the same team. That's why so many of you need to be careful of the people you bring into your space. Because I hate to tell you, not everybody is excited when you're winning. Not everybody is excited when God has his hands on you, when success is just a few moments away. Not everybody is excited when you dating a person and then you're engaged and when you get married and then you have children and then your career is taking off, your business is prospering and you're buying a home and you're buying a car and you look stable. You're not losing your mind. You're not complaining. Life is good for you. Not everybody will celebrate with you. So that's why you got to be careful that you don't have somebody on your team that is jealous over you, envious over you, and purposefully want to sabotage you. Because life is like sports. Your goal in life, in the game of football, your goal in life is to get to the end zone. What's the end zone? To fulfill all that you're passionate about. And hopefully those passions are driven by the Holy Spirit. Now, sometimes what happens is we get frustrated when we're playing the game of life. We get frustrated. Number one, the process is never easy for us. It's never easy. When I watch football, I know I couldn't play that sport because my shoulders would be knocked out, everything, back would be gone, neck would be broken, all kinds of stuff. That's a tough sport. That is tough. But those who love the game, they don't focus on the difficulty of the game. They're just crazy about touchdowns. And I think you need to zoom in on that. You need to open your spirit, your heart to the concept that in life, if you focus on the outcome, if you focus on where God's taking you, and not so much the process, because the process is never easy. It is hard. It is lonely at times. Come on now. Is anybody out there can agree with me? I need you to respond. And by the way, if this podcast is blessing you, why not share it with at least 3 people? Why not encourage them to listen to this? Because just as how it's blessing you, it's going to bless them too. Because the journey of going forward in life and pursuing your passions is a lonely road. Sometimes you're going to have to do this alone. Sometimes you're going to have to grab what you envision, like in the game of football, the ball. Sometimes when God throws you, God the quarterback, he throws you a ball. He throws you a vision. He throws you an idea. He throws you something that's just in your spirit. You got to grab it. Now, I know we all want help, right? We all want help. But what if help is not there? What are you going to do? Life is hard. But what you have to do is say, no matter how this road is lonely, no matter how hard the process gets, I have to move forward. I have to believe that God has placed enough in me. That's you speaking. You have to believe that God has placed enough in you to win. The process is filled with distractions. Oh, they will come, honey. Don't let me. I don't even want to talk about distractions. The distractions will come. The enemy is going to throw all kinds of stuff. And baby, let me tell you something. You got to be smart nowadays, man. Oh, the distractions are coming, and they're coming disguising themselves as things that you ought to embrace. But when you have the Holy Spirit guiding you, he'll teach you. He'll order your steps. He'll order your steps, and you got to get to that place where you understand that the process that you're going to go through in life is going to be filled with a whole lot of distractions. Distractions like people coming into your life and coming in like, the appearance of light, revelation, comfort, help, when they are a total disaster in your life. You're going to see opportunities that are distractions. Sounds good. There's a saying, if it sounds good to be true, then it's not true. Distractions are going to come where, of course, you're going to fatigue is going to set in. You're going to get agitated. You're going to feel like, wait a minute, it's time. And you're going to try to go at your own pace, but instead of going at God's pace, that's how you're going to miss it, right? The process to get into the end zone, to win in life, sometimes It's filled with a lot of ups and downs. Oh, and let me tell you something. I can tell you from personal experience, it is filled with a lot of ups and downs. So many of us, we glow when we're up, right? When we're experiencing the up feelings or experiences and so forth, when we feel like we're on top, it sounds good. We're great. We don't want to deal with the down moments. But let me tell you something. If you don't learn the lessons that God's trying to teach you when you're down, you won't be able to maintain yourself when you're up. Hello. That's a tweetable one right there. If you can't maintain yourself when you're down, if you don't know how to manage and to deal with the down moments and to pray when you're down and to trust God when you're down and to have faith when you're down and to shut your mouth and be silent when you're down and don't get bitter when you're down and to still love when you're down and to still forgive when you're down and to still press on and to still have hope and to still say, I trust in God and I believe that there's going to be a way, and not get frustrated and not panic and not give up and don't quit. If you can manage the down experiences, oh honey, when you get up and you get to the top and you hit a touchdown, all the glory belongs to him. You'll remember it was God who brought you from the down moments to where you are. Are you hearing me? So your journey in life is filled with ups and downs. It's okay. Don't get frustrated. Don't get bitter. It's okay. Learn to embrace those moments when you're down. And here's the good part. When you get up, be careful. When God elevates you and he places you on a great platform, be careful. Be careful. Be careful that pride doesn't set in. Be careful that you don't become arrogant. Be careful that you don't put your foot on people and put your foot on their neck. Be careful that you don't start thinking that you're better than people. Be careful that you don't start rolling and act like you are the Queen of England, if you understand the term, or the king of the castle. Be careful, because God has a way of humbling us. Because it's life. It's life. You may purchase a house and you're on top and everything is great, and you bought furniture and you redid your house and everything is wonderful, and you got nice cars parked in the garage, and you live in a nice neighborhood, and all the neighbors know you, and you may kind of just have a chip on your shoulders towards some of your neighbors and your co-workers and people because you live in a nice neighborhood. Hey, sweetheart, sir, one event in life can change that. One event in life can change that. All of that moment of celebration and feeling that you're on top of the world can be pulled from under your feet. You have to learn how to be humble at the top, because that's life. And you have to remember, even when you get to the top, you're still winning. There's still greater things for you to do. So you can win in overtime. Where am I going with that? Stick with me here for a moment. So life is also filled with a lot of experiences that will expose fake people, friends, and even relatives. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Sometimes, you know what? The greatest way to discern people is to let time in life expose who they are. Oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. You don't have to worry when people come and they say all kinds of stuff. I don't care if it's somebody dating you. I don't care if it's somebody you're married to. I don't care if it's your children. Whatever they say, I understand. Trust what they say, but process it, because after a while, life and time will prove if they are genuine. In life, the process to get to success, the process to get to the goalpost. The process to winning in life will take you through some bitter experiences where you begin to find out, wait a minute, I thought she was trustworthy. I thought I could trust him. I believe he had my back. I believe she had my back. Only to find out, no, those people had ulterior motives. That's what life does. And sometimes you have to learn. You have to learn that, you know what? Sometimes when life exposes the heart of people, and some people I know, some people do some things. I don't think they're bad. I just think they're all into themselves, right? Some people are all into themselves and they're bitter. That's fine. You got to learn to put people in categories. There's some really good people, wonderful. I mean, they are the best. They're in one category. Love them, man. Love them. Then there's another group of people. They're good, but Lord, they just edgy. They just edgy. They don't get their way, and they're moody, and they just childish. That's the term. They're childish. They're petty over stuff. Love them, but you put them in a category. They're not the same as the first group of people. And then there's some people, oh my goodness, needy, sneaky, and just they're controlled by the enemy, right? They don't even see themselves, full of themselves, self-centered, and so forth. And those people, you got to watch them, but love them. But the final group, now these are agents of Satan. They know it. They don't care. They don't care. They're vindictive. They are evil and so forth. Love them. Notice, love all the groups of people, but you got to know who you're dealing with. One of the things you need in life, you need to pray to God. God, give me the spirit of discernment to know who's in my life, to know who's in my space so I can better handle them. Because by the way, in life, you can't get rid of people. Some people will be in your life forever. And you have to know how to deal with them in seasons. There's some fake people, fake, and sometimes takes a long time. But Satan brings them in your path because it is to sabotage you. And listen to me carefully if you don't ever hear anything out of this podcast. Listen, you have to live your life in a way as you're going towards success, as you're going towards winning. When God starts cutting off people from your life, it may hurt, but trust the Lord's doing. He sees the end zone. He sees where you're going. And he doesn't want any interruptions. He doesn't want any distractions. So you have to trust what the Lord is doing. You have to learn as you're going towards the end zone, as you're going towards winning your next battle that you're going through, that you have to play offense and defense. You got to know how to play both roles because in season, there's a season when you have to play defense. Defense is, I'm going, God, I'm going to protect this. Offense, you got to know when to go in and play because you can't be in a season when you're supposed to be playing defense and you're playing offense. You can't do that. So that's life. And I know it's like, why do I have to do that? It's a part of life because when you win, oh, honey, let me tell you something. The greatest victory you can have is a victory that nobody can claim credit for. You know it was God who did it. And at times it seems like you're not going to win. And this is where the subject comes into play. The topic comes into play. Sometimes as you're playing, like in the game of football, it seems as if you're not winning. It seems as if that, there's no hope. Time is winding down. Just a few seconds left. And what are you going to do? I tell you what, I watch the game with Kansas City and the Bills. um, the other day, Sunday. And I don't know what time you're watching this, but it was Sunday the 23rd, I think it was, of January, 2022. you know, and let me tell you something. That game, I think it was one of the best. In fact, the whole weekend was the best in the NFL. Best. And I watched the game, and I'm going for the Chiefs. I love those guys. I love the quarterback. He does some risky stuff. But I love him. Because he gets away with it. And but man, they made some bad plays. I'm sitting in my couch in my living room, and I'm watching, and I'm telling you, man, I'm so glad there was no cameras in there, because I was going crazy. I was throwing the pill at the television. You stupid fool. Yes, the bishop is talking to the television screen. You stupid fool. I'm telling you, I didn't curse. But if I was not born again, if my mouth was not washed in the blood of Jesus, I'm telling you, man, I would be saying some stuff. I know it would not be nice. Can we just be real? Take off that religious hat and just be real, man. I'm telling you, man, I was livid because they made bad plays. They were doing stupid stuff. And then when it got down to 3 seconds to the end of the game, they're in the fourth quarter. That's it. Y'all know the game. 4 quarters. They're in the fourth quarter. They're down. They're losing the game. 3 seconds in the game. I said, that's it. I got up. I threw the thing at the television screen, and I wanted to turn the television off with the remote control, but I didn't. Because you know what? I still want to watch it. Listen, that's life. That is life. In life, you and people are going to make dumb, stupid decisions. Dumb, stupid decision. We didn't listen to our parents. We didn't take our education seriously. So now we're grown now. We're suffering because we didn't have the proper education that we needed. Oh, we didn't listen to our parents. Don't date that boy. Don't go out with that girl. Now you have a baby out of wedlock, and you did a lot of setbacks, and now you're living with the consequences of it. You love your kids, right? But we make dumb decisions, right? You were younger, you had all this money at your disposal, but we didn't listen, and we spend foolishly to impress people. We buy clothes and we buy this and material things because we want to make people think we've got it. It was just something satisfying to us, and we didn't listen. We make dumb decisions. Come on. We date wrong people. We marry wrong people. Come on now, because we make dumb decisions. We fumble the ball. We have turnovers. Every one of you who are watching and listening to me, we do those things. I know if you were to go back into your life, you can see there were plays in your life that was horrible. If you were to watch it, you're going to like, I did that. And the plays were so bad. And there's some people who will sit there and they're angry about what you've done, or maybe they're rejoicing over what you've done. And instead of them turning their back and say, forget about you, they still want to watch you, because some people want to watch you fail. There's some people who want to watch you succeed. I had the remote in my hand, and because I know they lost the game. To me, I said they lost the game, so I was going to shut it up. But I said, no, I want to see it, whether they win or lose. That's life. There are people who will not tune you out. They want to see you lose. There are some people they believe that even those 3 seconds, God can do something. Oh, God can do something. I'm about to, if you're driving, listen, be careful. Because I'm telling you, I sat there 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And there was no way in my mind I thought that they had any chance of even tying the game to bring it into overtime, much less to win it. And I watched when they decided, I think it was 49 yards, they decided to kick a field goal. First thing I said, it ain't going to work. You know why? The man's been kicking all 4 quarters and been missing. Ball going to the left, ball going to the right. He don't kick straight. Sometimes I'm telling you, man, when God puts something in front of you, you're kicking and so forth. Sometimes your kicking is not straight. You mess up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And by then, people are counting you out. You ain't going to get it right. I counted the guy out. I counted the whole team out. He ain't going to kick it. And I'm sitting there, and he kicked it straight into the goal post or into the center. He kicked it straight into the center. Tied the game. Now watch me with my hypocritical self. I jumped up, screamed, "Hey!" My dog start barking, thinking this guy's crazy. I went crazy in my house. The man who didn't believe that the Chiefs had any chance of tying the game, any chance of doing anything right, I cursed them out all night. I threw them under the bus. I told them they're losers, ain't good for nothing. But now I'm rejoicing over their success. They tied the game. Listen to me. Don't you sit there and depend on people to cheer you on and people to celebrate you. Listen, you got to learn to celebrate. Believe in yourself and know that if God is with you, I don't care how much you think you are losing. I don't care how much you think that you are out of time. You got no chance to have no baby. You have no chance to get married. You have no chance to pull yourself out of debt. You have no chance to get rid of that medical condition. It's never too late. And the funniest thing about it, the people who are laughing at you and mocking you and cursing you out and don't believe in you when you win, they're like me, hypocrites. They'll rejoice. They'll rejoice. And ladies and gentlemen, Kansas City Chiefs, the Chiefs went and they won the game in overtime. Some of you, I must admit, time is out because it's your timing. You think it's late. It's the end of the 4th quarter. Yes, you broke even. Some of you are saying, when I look at my paycheck, all I do is break even. I pay my bills, everything, but ain't nothing left. How can I win with that? Some of you, you got a divorce and fine, you walked away with little or nothing and you're saying, okay, all right, I'm still alive because you're alive. You could have been dead. COVID is here. Many died in the 4th quarter. But God allowed you to come into the year of transition. Oh, God help me. And you're here. Don't you ever give up. God has given you overtime. I don't know who I'm talking to on this podcast. God has given you overtime. Embrace your overtime. Come on, there it is. Embrace your overtime. And you can win in overtime. This is your season to win. You can win in overtime. I hope I helped you. I hope I helped you. If there's anything you need to do for the rest of this year, is to speak that to yourself. I can win in overtime. I hope you pass this on to somebody. There's a coworker right now. You need to, hey, girl, man, you need to go and watch this. You need to go to that guy's, whether it's Spotify, Apple, YouTube, you know how to share it. You need to tell them if there's anything they need this word today. I'm grateful that you joined me. I can't wait to share another podcast with you. Take care, man. Love you. Bye-bye.